sharing my screen now.
Mm.
Okay,
Yeah, I
so
can see.
yes, literally your case statements,
Mm.
um, I think would be um, Java, JavaScript, C++ would be your if statements on other
Mm.
languages, right?
Mm.
So these are conditional statements, nothing
Mm.
more, nothing less, and I think it
Mm.
makes um, a l- like your life a lot more easier.
Mm.
So conditional statements in SQL are the one of the powerful ways to segregate the data.
Mm.
Um, let's take, for example, the orders. Let's see, even if I mean even if our data set is this small, I think what's important is the concept behind, right?
Mm. Mm.
Um, so case statements, we do them when we want to make conditions.
Mm.
Now, let us say in the case of this data set,
Mm.
um, we want to say um, if the monitor, we
Mm.
are seeing keyboards, monitors, and stuff, but if we are
Mm.
saying the items or the product, if the
Mm.
product is selling um, less
Mm.
than 5,000 Rand, bring
Mm.
us that. I mean,
Mm.
because in SQL as well, there's a lot of ways to do stuff.
Mm.
There's a lot of ways to get around stuff, but case statements are quite, because I use them quite often for me because I think to segregate like 10,000 rows and 100 million rows then makes a lot of things easier
Mm.
for optimization of the
Mm.
query itself. So, for example, here we would say when we want to segregate items, we want to say
Mm.
um, if this item is
Mm.
selling above this, give me this, right?
Mm.
Let's try. How would it work? We would say
Mm.
case
Mm.
when let's say when item. So this is when item is greater. So let's say if it's selling less than 5,000 Rand, it's gonna be
Mm.
less. So it's item less than 5,000.
That's greater.
Oh, this is greater.
Mm.
Or item less. Yes, yes,
Mm.
yes. Let's look at it. Yeah. Then, then what should we do if the item is selling less than 5,000 Rands? We're
Mm.
saying we want you to bring the item.
Mm.
Or else, let's say, um, else, just bring maybe, um, I want to see if this is going to work.
Mm.
Else, um, bring that, right?
Mm.
Then we must end the case statement. Should we end it here? End. I'm not sure if this else, let's say bring nothing. So I'm trying to think if what other condition can I say? Because we're saying
Mm.
when item is less than give me item,
Mm.
or um, else just say else item is less. Something like that. No, so down.
I can't see well there on the results in the screen. Can you maximize it there?
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, no, it's fine. So because I don't know what's happening with my Teams today.
Mm,
I'm just gonna use an outside record, like a screen record. Let's see, take it out. Okay, perfect.
mm.
Now,
Okay.
so now, we saw that was a semicolon that was disturbing us. So let's try to run this. It says conversion failed. The varchar keyboard data type to int. Okay,
From
so
there.
case when, so we're converting the data type keyboard
Mm,
to int. Not this. Okay, let's try. So we can say cast
mm,
item. Let's see if we declare it there, um, as as maybe float. No,
mm,
as float. Um, let's see. Varchar to float.
maybe it wants to be int. Maybe we should check what type of.
So I remember this was the actually data types that we, okay,
Mm,
be binary. I think maybe try int. Okay, let's try. So it's the data type that we were actually using from back then. Um,
yeah. Or maybe the what does it say?
so it says n varchar failed conversion varchar
Maybe
value.
the, what did you say? You said float or you said double?
So I said
Make it
float
decimal. Say as decimal.
or
Yeah,
is
that's what we do.
decimal.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
say decimal. Yeah.
okay, let's try that.
What the hell?
Okay, let's see. It says item. Okay. Okay, I see where we made a mistake. Yeah.
Mm,
Instead, we are trying to convert like a product name, not necessarily like an item, a product name to a number. So instead, let's say case if
mm,
amount. I think that's the, yeah.
mm,
So if amount is greater, less
mm,
than 5,000, um, then list the item. Else
mm.
item is less. Okay, let's try that again, but let's not convert this. Okay, cool.
Oh,
So the case column is here. So it is gonna give us that. So this is greater.
mm.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's shift it this way. Okay, cool. Okay, let's say
But why is it not giving us an else statement?
n.
This else statement, I don't see it in. Oh, yeah, item is less. Oh, I
Yes,
see.
yes, it is. I think the the first one was actually
Oh,
greater.
okay.
Yeah.
So what it's giving us is checking the amount and it's returning the item.
Yes.
If it's
So this is less than 5,000, right?
mhm,
So
mhm.
it says case when the amount is less than 5,000,
It's greater
put,
than 5,000.
oh, it's so we should say now.
Mm.
So this is what greater, ne?
Yeah. So this it was fine. It was fine. The greater as well. It was fine
It was
because we're
fine.
saying if the amount is greater than 5,000, then
Yes.
then what?
Yeah,
then print the item.
then bring the item
Otherwise,
name.
say yeah.
Yes.
Then
Otherwise,
otherwise, say the item is less.
say the item is less.
And
And
case column. Okay.
100%. So these are the stuff that
So
you,
why are you saying end as case column? And that is not even column. It's not the correct spelling for column. It's case underscore. The correct space for column should be n at the end there. You see?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. I think because it's only just a column name, it's not gonna give us an error.
Also, the
Uh,
case column is the name.
is
Okay.
the
Or
name
end
of the
as,
column.
or it's more like you are saying, assign this as. Okay, I get it. I get it. Okay.
Yeah, we could say
So you
an extra
actually put
column.
everything. You can actually write anything there.
Anything here. Yes,
Oh,
yes,
I
yes.
see.
That's going to show us an indicator. So, when would you use this? I think for a person that is in retail, you want to
Mm,
see, okay, we were running specials or we were
mm,
running maybe, I
mm,
don't know, discounts. So you
mm,
will see, okay, show me products that were um, in discount the past week or the past month. So you
mm,
quickly can see that or this
mm,
price. So then you will
mm,
use a case statement to say these
mm,
are the um, these are the conditions of the
mm,
products
mm,
that I'm looking for.
mm,
And then
I see.
yeah, 100%. So we are done with the case statement.
Mm,
Um, then what else I wanted us to check was a union.
mm,
I'm trying to think if I do have an example of a union. So a union, you use it
mm,
when you have um, two, let's say, products or
mm,
two columns that are in different tables
mm.
and you want to bring them together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can. So there's customer ID here, and from
Mm,
the orders, I think there is customer ID there. So let's see if we
mm,
can. We could bring these together. So we would say um, select, let's say, customer ID
mm,
from, um, let's say, from customers.
mm,
Then we say union,
mm,
union, select. So
mm.
now we are actually selecting from the other table, right? Select customer ID as well, but now we're selecting it from orders.
Mm. Does it have to be at the same column, or I can choose a different column? Let's
So
say select customer name.
yes, so union needs to be the same, because you want to do what you call, let's say, matching tables.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, so union is more
Oh,
like merging. So you can
so
only
how?
match stuff that are the same. Let's say you have two tables and you're like, I want to make a big table out of this.
Mm,
Yes.
mm, mm, mm. So how is this different from join? Join.
So joins are
Mm,
actually selecting mm, specific. So these stuff that I'm showing you, by the way, is another way of actually doing stuff. So
mm,
union is similar to joins, but now
mm,
union brings you the whole table. So for
yeah.
example, this is how I use it, right? So you get a picture. How I use union for myself is, let's say you get most of the times I get transaction
Mm,
tables that
mm,
have um, returns as well. So,
mm,
so in order to balance these tables out, that the
mm,
transaction went and there were
mm,
returns or there were
mm,
discounts that were there, so
mm,
I need to match both these tables so that it
mm,
gives me to say these are the positive transactions, these are the returns that actually happened. This needs to
mm,
balance out in the end.
mm.
Now, you can use then union in those type of cases when there is some orders that were returned. So they
Mm-hmm.
will come as a minus or as a negative,
Mm-hmm.
but in a different transaction table.
Oh, okay. So it's gonna be returns from transaction tables and maybe what I
So
don't know. I can't say purchase from or sales maybe from sales table. Let me put it like that.
mhm,
When a customer is buying, I'm just trying to understand when a customer is buying, they're making a purchase, right, or a
mhm,
sale,
yes,
and that goes into the sales table. And now
yes.
you want to see returns, and that goes into the returns table. So you combine both two using the customer ID.
100%, because you know what's happening. Most of the times when you deal with products, you find
Mm.
out there will be products that were returned by the customer because they're not happy with the product
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
or
see.
stuff like that. Yes. So
Mm.
that when finance is doing reconciliations, for example,
Mm.
they will
Mm.
need to understand. So you guys are saying where these products were returned, or these products
Mm.
were sold, but they were
Mm.
that were returned. Um,
Mm.
where do you record that? And when we
Mm.
actually merge those tables, they should balance out.
Yeah, that's I hear you.
You
Yeah.
get it? Okay, perfect,
Yeah.
perfect, perfect. Um, so that's how Union is working for more
Mm.
like balancing the tables, and then the joins would be more like give me matching stuff based
Mm.
on what I'm looking for.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then a function there's a function called a window function.
Mm.
This function is works
So
more
did you
like,
run the script for Union? Let's see. Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
I did. So
Mm.
generally it's not gonna give you duplicates.
Mm.
If for example there was some of the stuff that were the same, it can
Mm.
throw us an error
Mm.
because it only needs the tables that are actually the columns that are actually the same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yes, let me take it out. So let's check now the window function. So the window function is working more like a group by, or yes, a group by. So if you wanna do a group by, but maybe on a row level, you can use a window function.
Mm.
Okay, so let's see. Let me make you an example of this. So if you
Mm.
want to, you would say select.
Mm.
I want to drag this down. Okay, let's drag this down. So you can say um, from here. So let's say we we want to run
Mm.
more than anything functions
Mm.
that okay, so there's aggregate functions. I mean, you clear
Mm.
about that, right?
Mm.
Like your AVG,
Mm.
your sum, and
Mm.
max. So these aggregate functions
Mm.
are quite difficult to run on their own
Mm.
when you want to sort of like group by.
Mm.
So either you may make a function, let's say we'd say
Mm.
average order amount.
Mm.
Ne? I'm gonna show you this just now and say from this table,
Mm.
from this table. ROM. It's gonna give us, let me show you. It's gonna give us, yeah. Then let's also say orders and say item. Now, when we select average amount only,
Mm.
it can give us. But now if we add something that doesn't contain a function with it, it's going to
Mm,
give us an error and want us to do the group
mm.
by clause.
Oh, okay.
Right. Now, this is another way to actually do a group by clause.
Mm,
You would say apply the window function.
just give me a second.
Okay, cool.
Sorry for that. I don't know how to. Hey, bona ke mo meeting ke tla o founela sa. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we can continue.
Okay, perfect.
Mm,
So, because it's giving us an error now of saying, let's do a group by clause. Yeah.
mm,
So we could use what you call a window function called over.
mm,
Um, and then we are saying, let's partition this data.
mm,
Partition by, um, what can we partition the data? Let's say, let's partition by item.
mm,
Yeah. Now, let's see what we get from there.
mm,
Boom. Now it's not complaining about the group by clause.
mm,
Now, now the difference now in partitioning the
mm,
data, it's gonna give you at row level,
mm,
right? So it's gonna give you all the rows that are there and gives you like an average for each row.
mm,
So when you use stuff like this, it's always good to have like a select distinct so that it takes out all the duplication. Distinct. Okay. Bhala kahle. Select distinct. So now when you select a distinct, it doesn't have duplication of rows.
mm,
So now it's giving an average amount of each item.
mm,
But now when we are saying distinct, we take it out.
mm.
It is gonna give us per row. I don't know what's happening now. Yeah, it's gonna give us per row.
Mm.
If we had 10,000 rows, it's gonna give us just like that. But it also calculates an average, but per row.
Oh, okay. So it's gonna say an average of keyboard is 400, ne?
Yes.
But we have 5 or 10,000 keyboards per rows. So it's gonna give us 10,000 keyboards and say a 400, 400, 400 like that.
Yes, like a row of 10,000. If we
Mm,
have products that are 10,000, it's gonna give us rows
mm,
for those 10,000 rows.
mm,
But now at least when you select a distinct, then
mm,
it's gonna delete all those duplications and
mm,
gives us exactly the top products that we have. Distinct.
mm,
Um, so this is a really, really powerful way when you
mm,
also want to get, okay, the average of each product, and this is da, 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 da. So it makes you at least a seen as well. You know your stuff when you
mm.
do stuff like this. Yeah. So this is a partition by. So think about it as a group by, but on a row level. So a group by is
Mm.
partitioning
I
on
see.
a column level.
Mm.
Perfect, perfect. Um, let's see which one was the last one. I
What
think
would be the main difference between this partition over? So this over must it always goes with partition?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Um, because I know it's called a window function. And
Yeah, yeah. So
yes, so it
yeah.
always has to go with partition by. Yeah.
Oh, okay. But what is the main difference between Yona and the group by then, if I might put it like that?
Yes, so a group by will always be grouping stuff at column level.
Mm.
So it's difficult to do a group by like with rows. Like for example, let's say um, you have um, maybe 10,000 different products, but in row level, right? So, but if it's in columns, you'll use a group by. But
Oh, okay. So
because
the
it
difference, yeah.
groups, yeah, because
Mm,
it groups all the columns,
mm,
depending on whichever one you want to group
mm,
by. But
mm,
now the group by for row level would
mm,
always be a partition.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Okay.
I
Perfect.
see.
Perfect.
Mm,
Perfect. So I think this one, these ones, I'm sure these ones you know. So like,
mm.
um,
Yeah, that one. Yeah, yeah.
like and between, um,
Mm,
as well,
mm,
because between you only, it's always nicer maybe when you use a
mm,
timeline, right?
mm,
Like between this date and this date,
and
because
that,
between
yeah.
always is used maybe in a timeline. You can use in other scenarios, but it works
Mm,
well in a timeline when you're saying between 2020 04 and 2025
Yeah,
01, something like this.
I see.
Um, yeah. So for now, I want us to quickly jump then to Power BI.
Mm,
Then we can see what we can do there. Let's see, because I want you to build a dashboard literally with the stuff that I gave you. So
mm,
I don't know if maybe I should send maybe a snippet of this because I want you to build something like this. So with that data that I gave you, I want you to
mhm.
build something like this. So I'm going to
Okay.
send you like a snip of this so you see the final product that you actually
Mm,
have to build.
mm,
You can use your creative juices, changing
mm,
colors and stuff like that of your
mm,
liking.
mm.
Um, but
Yeah.
I want us to touch base on the
Mm,
things that I need you to be focusing on in for this
mm,
exercise. So
mm,
one, for this project, I'm gonna need you to focus on getting the data.
mm,
Um, Let me take a snip. Getting the data. Okay, this is enough. Okay, this is, okay. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll take the snip later and then send you.
mm.
So
Okay.
one of the things I want you to focus on is on this tab, get data.
Mm, mm.
So the way Power BI is so simple, I think I saw you have already stuff that you have built, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's gonna be a lot more easier for you.
Mm, mm,
So get data, it's gonna be endless for you where you
mm,
choose maybe to get it on SQL, but
mm,
on SQL, I want you to focus on um, this pop-up. So on
mm,
SQL, there's two choices. Of course,
mm,
this is going to be your server and your DB. There's
mm,
two
mm,
choices whether you use a direct query
mm,
or you import.
mm,
So you can use a direct query. You put here
mm,
your SQL statement
mhm,
to pull in the data that you actually want.
mhm,
But so you will do it however you like it for now,
mm,
but
mm,
it would be nice if because I'm going to give you a bit of time for you to
mm,
focus on the project so that
mm,
maybe you can take those files and see if
mm,
you can load them in the database,
mhm,
or at first
mm,
just focus on building the but yeah, no, let's focus on building the dashboard first, and then
mhm,
later on
mm,
see
mm,
if you can do
mm,
the the ETL process, meaning the
mm,
loading in the database and then pulling it
mm,
to the front end,
yeah.
and stuff like that.
That's the stuff that I think I'm mostly interested in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, cause it's something that okay, this one, the Power BI, yes, I've done it like, but I said I haven't been that, intense with it.
Yeah, yeah.
The last project I did, I was helped by a friend, and because it was a company who wanted me to do something like this.
Okay, okay, okay,
Yeah, yeah. So that guy
okay.
helped me.
So
So,
listen,
but
I think what you can do then from the get-go, yeah,
mm,
would be I'm gonna be with you when you open those files, and then we go
mm,
through how you can do it. Yeah.
mm, mm,
Um, so let me finish on this thought of
mm,
okay, you can use the SQL database
mm, mm,
um, to pull in your data. Whether
mm,
you're importing it, so importing it, it's just gonna um, show you the tables that you're gonna be
mm,
importing. But when
mm,
you're using a direct query, you
mm,
putting that query, and then you're just gonna see the data only
mm,
on the back end
mm,
when you're modeling it.
mm, mm,
So the only difference is just the interfaces. So
mm,
when you put a SQL, you're not gonna see the interface, but when you put an import, you're gonna go
mm.
via through the interface.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Try both, but we will see. We'll see.
100%, 100%.
Mm,
I mean, you could start
mm,
with anyone, and then
mm,
you see, okay, I know how this one works. Then let me change and check another
mm,
one.
mm,
Yeah. Another window that I want you to
mm,
focus on, which is quite powerful in Power BI, is
mm,
the transformation window. This
mhm,
transform data
mm,
is, I would say, the most powerful window in Power BI because in Excel you have it because it's what is it? Power Query.
Power query,
Because
yeah.
this window is actually Power Query.
Mm,
So all of the stuff that you see in Excel, you will see
mm,
them in Power BI.
mm, mm,
So here, this is where you will do your transformations,
mm, mm, mm,
um, removing columns, adding columns, changing
mm,
data types,
mm,
like here. So do you? I mean, you could
mm,
do this on your own, right?
mm, mm.
Okay, okay, I'm happy with
You
that.
mean what
I'm,
the
I'm,
power query?
I mean, the Power Query, you can be able to handle this. I mean, trying to maybe remove columns if you want to remove a column
Yeah,
or
yeah,
change data types and stuff like
yeah.
that. Okay, okay.
Yeah, look, this is something that I have not. Uh, I've touched based on it.
Mhm.
Even on the Excel, I haven't used a lot of a Power Query, but
Okay,
I have an idea. So this will be giving me a chance to explore and just see how best I could do it. So yeah, it's gonna be a bit a challenge. It's not like it's gonna
okay,
be
okay,
but I'm willing to. I think it will
no,
be easier
okay.
if I do it first.
Mhm.
I try and brainstorm and research and whatever, and then when we touch base, I'll have an idea because I would have. I mean, I would have went through it and see where I'm struggling.
Okay, cool. That
Yeah, yeah.
sounds that sounds a lot better.
Mm,
But Power Query
mm,
is you will be working on it, by the way,
mm,
from Power BI, your
mm,
whole entire existence of working with data in Power
mm,
BI.
mm.
So that's that. So this is where you do all your transformation. Of course, the home is gonna be
Mm,
looking like Power Query, but the transformation, this
mm.
is where you do your changing your headers and
Yeah.
pivoting data, of course.
Mm,
Sure.
mm.
So, let me. What am I doing now? Okay, cool. Okay, so let me just close. So always here, it's either you close and apply or just close. But we didn't
Mm,
do any changes, so it should close.
mm,
Then another window, of course, this
mm,
is your table view. So your table
mm,
view is the one that's gonna put you um, to sort of like Power Query style, but
mm,
you will see a lot on your right hand side, this side.
mm,
So on your
mm,
right hand side, this is where you will be seeing your columns
mm,
that are actually being done.
I see.
Okay, cool. Then here's another one that's really, really big that I want you to. So this is modeling your data.
Mm, mm,
So when you're actually modeling your data, I think these are the pointers I'm just want to give you for this
mm,
project. That
mm,
um, even if you so here I didn't use database, just loaded
mm,
straight the data. But what was important was
mm,
um, putting the relationships together.
mm,
So here, the fundamental when you're actually modeling the data is making sure that the relationship align, so that when you actually create the,
mm,
it's going to be simpler when you create your visualizations.
mm,
Yeah. For example, here from our base table would be sales, of course.
mm,
So what the model for this data set
mm,
is called a star method. Yeah.
mm,
So a star method, of course, is always going to be in the middle. There should be
mm,
like your description table,
mm,
right?
mm,
Your main table, and
mm,
then the subtables that link to the main
mm,
table.
mm. Okay.
So there's two data models I think that are quite popular in the market,
Mm,
the star method and the snowflake.
mm, mm,
The main difference between the star method and the snowflake is the snowflake um, is when you have extended tables that are
mm,
not related to the main table. So you
mm,
would create a snowflake. And then a
mm,
star method is more like um, you are decommissioning the
mm,
main table,
mm,
but there is one single table that connects
mm,
all the tables in one.
mm.
Yeah.
I see.
So it's gonna be important then to establish your relationships. For example, here we know
Mm,
that the product
mm,
has a relationship to sales, the
mm,
target sales and the product. This is their common thing, which is product. This
mm,
is their common relationship. Um, and branch data and sales, there is branch in sales.
mm,
Then when you look at target sales,
mm,
there is also date that
mm,
will show us maybe daily targets and stuff like that,
mm,
that is connecting to the main table. So these relationships in Power BI are actually quite a lot easier. We can just
mm,
say delete, for example.
mm.
Let's see if it's going to delete. Maybe it's going to take a bit of time. Okay, cool. So when you define relationships, I think because you know your data already, you have checked, okay, what's going to link to what on your like exploration to check your data, sure. So what you just do, you just take this and say match it to a product. Then it pops this table and say define then the new relationship. So when you define the relationship, is it one to many or one to one? Um, do you still understand the background of the of the
I
relationships?
do, yeah. It's been some time.
Yeah, no, it is. It's been some time.
Mm,
So already it's giving us like one to many, right?
mm,
So meaning from this table is only from let's say save it. I'm gonna show you
mm,
just now,
mm,
and it shows you the direction, single direction or
mm,
both. So
mm,
so one to many, meaning from this table we only
mm,
have one relationship that exists to the main
mm,
table.
mm,
So this is like one to many. So one to this table um, it's one relationship that exists to the main table, and it's a
Mm.
single way, right? Then you save it like that, um, and it's gonna show you that one to many. What happened now? No. Okay, cool. So the
Okay.
relationship is already been
Created.
yes.
Mm.
So you can also
But it's
create it.
saying
Yes.
what exactly is it saying? Saying there's a one sales like one is too many, like in the sales target table. I got this a table in the sales target table. In the sales table, there's what are we linking? We are linking the firstly, what is it that we are linking? We are linking the products, right?
Mm. So we are linking the products to
Mm-hmm. Mm,
we are linking the products to the sales.
mm,
Um,
mm,
so we could have said one to one relationship, right?
mm, mm,
Um, but when we're saying one to many, we are opening up to say um, if there's any other table that can
mm,
link there, or there's
mm,
any other attribute from the
mm,
sales table that can
mm,
be linked to this one object, which is a
mm,
product here.
mm, mm,
This one object we can link if there's another one, but this is a
mm,
primary relationship, but we can link it to many things that are here.
mm,
That's what we are saying.
mm,
We're saying this one column, which is
mm,
this one, can be
mm.
linked to many things that are in the sales table.
Mm. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. And then when we are saying
So
single, mm,
when we're saying now, um,
mm,
so when we're saying it's single way, it means
mm,
it's gonna only go this way. It can't go both ways.
mm,
Right. So meaning the target sales has
mm,
no other description that can
mm,
be linked. It's only
mm,
one way.
mm,
It can only be linked to the
mm,
sales table, but there's no
mm,
other way. So when we're saying it's single way, but
mm,
both ways says we can link it both ways. So how we would do this, let's say
mm,
if there was on the target sales, there was quantity, product, and price maybe
mm,
on the sales targets.
mm,
We could say many to many.
mm,
So it was going to have a star here and a star there.
mm. If there were other columns there
Yes, yes,
that
yes.
we can find in the sales table.
100%. 100%. But with the star method, it's always not advisable to do many to many
Mm,
relationships. So for data modeling purposes to
mm, mm,
make sure that you enhance your querying, right?
mm,
Because when you're saying many to many now, what it does, it starts to
mm,
sift through all of the
mm,
things. But we know that
mm,
from designing the database on
mm,
itself, we want to
mm,
minimize the times
mm,
it loads, the times it
mm,
queries the data. So
mm,
it's easy to define one relationship because
mm,
you will not find 10,000 products in every table that will be talking about the same that will talking about the same product in the sales
mm,
table. So you can't find multiple products that are defining one product. That's what I mean.
mm,
You can't find multiple products that are defining one product. So one product has to be defined in many ways, but by this one product that it is. Um, that's the purpose of standardizing data in the database
mm,
because you want to say there must not be confusion. If if Panado is Panado, it
mm,
cannot be Panadol, Tramadol, whatever,
mm,
but they're still
mm,
describing Panado. So when you go to the database, you then use an ID to link them so that we know that Tramadol refers to Panado. So all of
mm,
these things under this, they have one relationship, which is Panado. So that's how
mm,
you establish relationships.
And how does this relationships eventually affect the visualization? What if we did not correctly define these relationships? What will happen to those graphs that you were showing me?
The crazy thing, bruh, is
Mm,
this: the visualization would be there,
mm,
but now your information won't be correct. You will go
mm,
and present to management, and
mm,
management wants to make a decision, and they make a decision about the products that you said they were on the floor.
mm,
But because you have not defined the correct relationships, it's gonna
mm,
blow in your face, because when
mm,
this, but you said this, but now they are short of stock, and
mm,
all of this stuff of shortages, or maybe
mm. I
you
see.
overshooted.
Yeah, the
But
overstock and whatever. Yeah.
yep, 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 yep,
Yeah,
yep.
and management always have a clue of what is going on.
100%, 100%. Because they'll be like, I know we can't trust this guy now. But
Mm,
because you trying to tell me these are the numbers, and you
mm,
at the time you are in your zone, yeah. You're like, yeah, no, this is
yeah, yeah.
so this
Hey,
is data modeling is quite an intensive one. So you need to make sure
mm,
that you know your back end data. You need to
mm,
know that you know how to model it, um,
mm,
and everything else. That's why for me, data visualization is the easiest thing the minute you know how to model data,
mm,
because visualization is just playing about colors, playing about graphs. Um,
mm.
yeah.
I see.
So for example, if we don't define this relationship, yeah,
Mm,
when we go on the other side and refresh the model, the branch data is going to be wrong, or it's not going to give us a branch data because it's not
mm,
connected. If we're saying how many branches that are actually selling this product at this price, it's not going to give us because it's not linked to
the sales,
the
yeah.
sales. Yep,
Mm.
yep, yep.
So,
Okay.
or if we say how many sales are we making at this branch, it's not
Yes.
gonna be able to pull it there.
100%, 100%, 100%. Okay, so let me drop it again to the branch, and then it's gonna pop up. One too many, single, and they say okay. So what's nice about Power BI is that they will define you these relationships, and you
Mm,
just confirm if that's
mm,
okay. But if you want to test out stuff, you can play
mm,
around and say, okay, if I'm saying this relationship is gonna be one to many, what's
mm,
gonna be my result?
mm.
Yeah,
I see.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Okay.
think I think, bruh, that's all I wanted to show you today. But
Mm,
we'll jump quickly on your PC. I want us to
mm,
jump quickly on your PC so you can open the files, and then we talk through the files so that you
mm,
can later get your chance then to start the project. But at least you have some sort of like a basis
mm.
of what we're gonna be doing.
I see. Mm.